Welcome back to the World Stream in Edinburgh. How are you?
I am good. I am good. How are you doing?
Doing well. I'm Izzy. We're back again for round 3 of the top cut.
Yes, very exciting. Very exciting. It has been a long road up here. It's been 13 rounds, 14 rounds.
14 rounds, and we're excited now. We've got one of our locals on stream, a hometown hero.
We do indeed. We've got Mike.
Yes, very excited to see them play. Do you know what he's playing today?
I do not.
Well, we'll find out in a second here. It sounds like
Please make your way to your table.
Leo for Mike, and how should go for Ice Cream College. So we are setting up here. So just while they're prepping, what are we expecting? So Mike's a very very traditional player, so he's probably playing a fairly traditional Leo, although he is part of the process, so they have been known to include a little spice.
Is there such thing as a traditional Leo at this point?
I don't know. I mean, we've seen the traditional seven agendas, 5-3 type setup.
I think we have sort of seen the two types. There's the real Glacier LEO that's trying to like push the 5-3s out, and then we've seen a couple of Rush LEO. I'm excited to see which one this is. I don't know if we have deck lists.
Do we have deck lists? Let's have a look.
Players are reviewing the deck list as we speak.
It'd be good if we could do the same.
Trying to pull those up now while the players get ready for the game. On the host side, do we have a sense of who's favored here?
It's a difficult one. I want to say Mike will have bought Leo because it plays good into everything, and the host list is part of everything. But it's so let's have a look. We got the list.
We are on dolls.
We are on dolls.
And we do have the 3 pinhole threading. I think I saw.
Yes, 3 pinhole, three clean getaways as splashes.
And it's a Keiko drip list, so the Econ is definitely going to have a chance of keeping up with the LEO.
Yeah.
Agenda suite wise, I see 3 send a message, 3 vulnerability audit, and a luminal transubstantiation. It is the 3 pointers. Glacier, our ice suite, yeah, it's HB ice, all right. There's Braun, there's Hagen, there's MIC, and drafter that Hagen's going to be nice into the dolls for sure.
And we've got a skunk void remote as well as kind of the longer term game plan, and then DRM, digital rights management, and a predicted planogram to kind of make sure that we don't get too droughted on agendas. But aside from that, seems all fairly traditional. Just a good stuff LEO deck.
Yeah, on the host side, very much the same thing. Our influence spend, it's clean getaway, it's creative commission, and it's pinhole. And did I see
Two stone
chip chart room as tech? That's not going to matter so much in this matchup.
No.
And the spiciest card, perhaps, Eru Ayesa Pessoa in there.
Yes, just diving into R&D through archives with bonus accesses to boot.
Really important to have some alternate routes around the big ice in the LEO matchup for sure.
Indeed. So just got a bit of table talk while the players are setting up while we wait for the round to be started. So yes, as you say, Mike is local, lives in Edinburgh, I believe. So not a long commute for him today. I'm not sure what Ice Cream College hails from.
Me neither.
No idea. No idea. Message in chat if we do know. So.
Getting word he's from the U.S.
And was spotted at NYC megacity, so potentially East Coast. We'll have to trace him a bit more if we can find out his home matter. Anyway, table talk continuing on. So we are in round 3 of the top cut, which means 2 players have been eliminated. We're down to 14, or is it?
I believe so.
So we're whittling our way down through the top 16 until we get through to that grand final, and then through to the eventual winner of Netrunner Worlds 2025.
Does sound like we're about to get the start to go ahead.
Indeed.
Netrunner players, round 3 of the cut starts now.
Okay, and we've got the go, and we are off.
I mean, we can just make it easy.
So I'm not sure if Mike mulliganed or kept on this one, but it's looking like a fairly traditional LEO start. Install credit, very sensible.
Yeah, just I suppose essentials. You're trying to keep Hosh off getting that access, getting that flip early. That really is going to make it a little trickier for the Hosh. HB Ice here, it feels pretty good in the early game. Like, your question is like the face check, right? Like, you want to face check Braun early. You want to click that install subroutine. A huge tempo boost for LEO to just be able to put a piece of ice there. Like, we're playing Mercia just to be able to get that. Like, why do that when our ice can do it for us? But at the same time, like, that MIC, you do not want to face check that early in the turn. That costs so much tempo if you face check that.
Half
like,
a turn
just gone.
On the runner side, we see a Fermenter, we see a Mystic Mermaid and a Stone Ship, fairly set up turn, not poking too much, just generally setting up some money for later on. That Mystic Mermaid is going to absolutely pay dividends over time.
Absolutely. The drip. That's the Anarch's game right here. Ice credit. Was that the turn? No, ice credit. I believe that was the turn.
Yeah, a bit of a passive setup, not pushing anything particular. Ideally,
that's what I expect from this LEO. Is you're going to sit back, you're going to take money. You do not want to accelerate the game. You don't want to draw agendas before you do. I think click to draw in Glacier LEO is almost always wrong.
Really?
I think you almost always want to just take credits and say next turn you're going to get a card, and you're going to deal with it, and you're just going to keep the runner out, and you just don't want to accelerate the pace of the game. You want to have the funds to res the ice that you need before you start pushing agendas. The goal here really is to make it so the runner cannot make value runs to sort of tax them out over time, and you can't tax them out until you're ready to actually push something on the table. And to do that, you need to be able to res that ice, that expensive purple ice.
Indeed. And so just slowly building up over time, just building these insurmountable remotes. Hopefully, draw a humanoid resource or two along the way. That's why we have the pinholes in this matchup at least to just snipe those away before they can start giving the Corp too much tempo. On the runner side, we see a Trickster Taka coming down and a Gachapon, so lots and lots of building.
Early Taka is kind of interesting. It looks like install credit on the Corp side, a very sensible turn. The Taka is interesting. Like, what do you think you're spending those credits on this early?
So that's a good question. I mean, there is potentially a line where you could. Oh, we see Offensive Fueno as well. All the companions. Good question. In this matchup, I mean, they'll obviously come in handy later when they're building up to kind of those 2-3 counts, because you can spend those easily on one ice versus Leo. You can technically use them on. Are they? I believe they're actually. No, they're only for icebreakers. Excuse me. So we get a second fermenter down. That's just going to be taking up as well. And what are we removing? So those fermenters are absolutely going to be so key. This is an economy game. We are building up to be spending huge amounts of money both resing and breaking ice, and we are going to need the funds to do that.
Noma Virus in the Corp list, so you can certainly touch cards without worrying about it, but LEO is absolutely a deck that can look at your fermenters and say, you know what, I'm just going to purge.
Yeah, I'm just going to do nothing.
I have the time. I can do nothing for a turn and take you, knock 12 credits off your board. Totally happy to do that. In terms of the upgrades in the remote, it looks like we've got 1 Managarm, 1 Anoetic, and the more relevant ones here, 3 Mercia, 3 Trank Grid. So I think the Corp, at this point, like Mercia or Trank Grid, we're totally happy to have in the remote right now.
Absolutely.
I think it's 50-50, which is it. It's just whichever Elite Road saw.
Early Trank Grid will be so painful because it's such a pain to deal with, because you'd have to pinhole here. You can't realistically challenge through the main route. Pinholing is 5 to trash. It's a lot of setback just to stop the Corp gaining that drip of 2 credits every single turn. We see Dolls in hand. So
that makes sense with the Taka install. Yeah. You're not installing that without a way to spend those credits.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is going to be a very thinky game because there's no. It's quite hard to just rush in and take this and win. You need to wear the Corp down to a point where you can just take the accesses where you can without putting yourself in too far back a position, but stop them setting up that remote. Because if they get that Managarm and that Skunk and that Anoetic Void in the remote, it's basically impossible to challenge outside of a pinhole to get rid of one of those two, usually the Anoetic. We see a Keiko, which is, again, really good drip economy that's going to let both of the companions... the first time you use them each turn.
And a card has hit Archives. Now, this is important. It looks like a petty cash.
I think it is, yeah.
This is important here because now Hosh can get a flip.
Yeah, and that draw is just gonna be helpful. We see Mercia
And
get
it is
flipped.
Mercia. Yeah, we're
Okay.
happy with that.
So Mercia playing dual role in Leo here, both as a means of clicklessly building up servers, but also if push comes to shove, it's an end the run in Leo. You can just trash it into the bin, and that run is over. Which in a click taxing deck like Leo is huge to get them to the bottom of the server and just say nope, you're done.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be really interesting to see here, like, when does Mike decide it's okay to put things in archives? When is it okay to have the runner flip? Like, Petty Cash is such an interesting one because that can exit archives again right on the next turn, and we're pinholing. I'm expecting the Mercia to come down here. I think you leave the Spin Doctor in the moat. We're not even waiting to see if the Spin Doctors pop. We're just saying, nah, the Mercia is it. You're not going to spin that back. You're ready to just play that Petty Cash. That's not going back to the deck.
So Petty Cash is getting flipped. That's just gonna be additional ticking up. So we've got 13 credits on Mike's side versus 9 on Ice Cream College. So Mike's winning the money fight so far.
Over-installing the Spin Doctor.
Oh, okay.
Nothing to shuffle back. Makes a lot of sense here. And something in archives already, so no reason to try to keep Hoshaw flipping.
I mean, we might ice archives down the line just to prevent those easy, clean getaways, to tax out that error Pessoa a little bit. So we might be seeing it down the line, but for now, Mike seems very content to just keep building up. Got a new card in the remote. I think we're going to see it on
with 15
agenda.
credits feels like an agenda.
You reckon?
Certainly could be. Well, with only one doll here, right? We need to have. We've got 3 cards in hand as the runner. We need to put 2 dolls in really to challenge it. Sorry, it's 5 cards in hand as the runner. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
It does look like I see those 2 dolls.
The thing I'd be worried about though, as the corporate, though, is if one of those ice is a Bran, runner could just challenge that click 1.
Yeah.
And then they've got the doll for the other one. The other one.
I think you're not that sad to give up an early send a message and get 6 credits of value. Just res a big ice on somewhere.
True.
Like it's not the end of the world. I think you can put that in there.
We're seeing the slow play from Ice Cream College. We've got the second doll coming down and twinning going in, and we're challenging HQ. Okay, first flip is an Ashar. Oh, taxing HQ.
And otherwise, in terms of the remote, like we're looking at humanoid resources. So it's either a Spin Doctor, it's a humanoid resources, it's an agenda, or it's a heck of a push of an upgrade.
So tackling HQ, so that's going to be 3 to get through. With that Trickster Taka though.
Yeah, it was really important to make a run this turn. That Trickster Taka being on on 3 is like that's the turn you're going to run.
Well, I think if you weren't going to run something iced, even running archives makes sense. You still keep your Hoshika flipped, and you can spend the credits to boost off Taka, which gets you twinning counters.
And it's a vulnerability on it. That's 3 points out of hand.
Oh, that's such a huge push forward. And maybe this is the case. Maybe it's the case that Mike's pushing the agenda, even though it could technically be taken, because he's maybe a tough.
Nope, it's the humanoid.
It's the humanoid. Okay.
All right. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what happens here.
so yes, 4 credits, 3 cards, install 2, and play 1 operation. That's very cute with the flavor text. Actually, we just read that. Very good.
Twinning coming down is huge. Twinning really says it's worth running on Centrals now.
Yeah, 100%.
And we have the planogram to play the operation. That's a real big hit. I've seen a lot of LEOs fire humanoid and go, well, I guess I whiffed on the operation this time.
Mike playing this very carefully and making sure that he gets
full
absolutely.
value. We can't really get a glimpse of the corporation hand by playing it very close to the chest in this one, but.
So we see a new card go in the remote. Again,
those 2 installs in the unprotected remote. I'm guessing that's another Spin Doctor.
That's got to be another spin doctor. The humanoid resource at too valuable to push, and I don't think you'd be pushing an agenda at this point, given that you've just lost the vulnerability audit. That would just put the runner in such a commanding position if they went up to 6. So I suspect it's another humanoid resources, or it could be an upgrade. But with the twinning ticking up, the Taka tricking up, and an Aero Pessoa hit in the table, I think, we're going for a run on R&D via archives, and we are going to see 4 cards?
4 cards, 6 agendas left in the deck. So the deck should probably There's a good chance we hold here.
Yep.
It's a
so
hedge fund.
Hagen.
Mercia.
Mercia. I think you get rid of that, yeah.
Yeah, that's going down, especially with the credit totals. Like that's just an extra click a turn.
And a drafter.
drafter. Yep.
Okay, so whiff on R&D doesn't necessarily mean there's
I
a
don't
lot
think
in
it's a whiff if you take that Mercia out of the draw.
True. Although they can just bring it straight back in with the spin dough.
I'll clear a tag, and I have a trash taco.
What do we think Mike's looking for?
And Taka goes down.
Oh. Oh, they trashed the Taka.
Didn't have the money to spend it. I was wondering about that early install.
Yeah, I mean, you could potentially
And
boost them.
double seamless. We have an agenda. Let's
And
send a message.
and
Great
we're
value.
ready.
MIC on the remote. Yep.
Okay. The remote is taking shape, and that's that MIC can be brutal on a click tax in deck like this because you have to go through it once. They end the run by trashing either a Boomy or a Mercy, and then you have to run back in, break it in, or if you've spent all your clicks, they can just trash that as a paid ability and say, do you have any clicks spare? No? Then you end the run. Nisei Mark II all over again, but a bit more situation. Closer to border control, I suppose.
Do you miss border control?
I miss border control too.
Good thing they printed it on Identity.
Indeed. Right.
I'm going to spend.
See a shout out to Chia in the chat. Thank you to Chia for doing tremendous work in the background on the stream all weekend. Truly, you could not be doing this without her.
Indeed. Big thanks. Thanks. It has been wonderfully produced. Right. So what are we seeing here? So third
Second doll coming down. Third doll. Second break.
Second
Functional doll, as it were. We can challenge the remote now. It is interesting here. We do not have any rezzed bioroids, so the LEO ability is currently blank.
Yeah. I mean, so is that an upgrade on HQ?
That's
no, it's
just the hand.
Just the hand. Excuse me. Yeah, and you don't really want to be trashing your ices as they end the run for Leo. You really want to be trashing unless that ice is booming because functionality.
Yeah, you're really saving that to win the game in this glacier. Like you're taxing the runner out and then eventually saying, "Hey, I'm going to push this," and you've been taxed the whole game, and also one of these is the border control on the winning turn.
Exactly. Okay, so Spindo's been res, so R&D is fresh now. So Mike surely has to be thinking, okay, what if they come back in with an error episode? Because whilst there are only 5 agendas left in the deck at this point, it'll only take two to win it for Ice Cream College. So
yeah, I really admire his restraint on the runs. Like we're really being very tactical with it. We're really being mindful of those credits. It's a very expensive matchup in terms of the ice that you're planning to break. So you're always trying to do it. It's a DRM. That's an early one. I'm often seeing that to go grab the last agenda out of a lock to go push it.
Indeed. So Mike grabbing an agenda.
It's the Luminal. That is a heck of a pick.
Yep, no, absolutely. I mean, the stats show whoever steals or scores the Luminal tends to go on to win the game, so this is probably going to be a bellwether for which way this game is going.
Yeah, so this goes in the remote, and then we're going to say what? So there's 2 ice there. We can afford to res it. We are on 16 credits on the corp. You need to go through that. You need to go through a mic. Presumably one of those is a bioroid that ends the run, and you still need to find another doll to get through that ice. Or a boomerang. Were we on boomerang? I don't think we were.
I didn't see.
Double check that list.
I did not see a boomerang in the list.
No boomerang.
No
2
boomerangs.
Botulus gets us in. Perhaps a Rising Tide helps, but not with anything on the board. We do see Botulus, but we're picking the Fencer.
Okay.
Just getting some more drip economy to spend.
So this is going to be tough. So archives are still open. The DRM does tend to indicate, unless Mike really wanted to score that Luminal, that there's nothing in HQ.
Yeah,
so
I would say so. It would be an interesting play if you already have it. Just push that. I mean, you have spent your double seamless, so score the Luminal, setting up install advance next turn is a play.
That is true.
A bold one. I would expect maybe an R&D poke here, but like
it would make sense
if we're not challenging. Yeah,
we're going for
the R&D
we're
poke.
going for the R&D poke.
Successful. I will spend a 20 counter. I will see 3.
Three cards off the top.
I will
Humanoid resources.
Yeah,
That's
that goes down.
gotta go. Hedge fund.
Seamless.
Seamless.
Ooh, Seamless feels like a good draw coming up very soon here.
Mm.
Clear tag.
Okay, so I think the remote is
Already got a Kaiko book.
looking difficult to challenge here.
And it's on you.
Passing the turn back, and I think we're just letting it go. Spin doing back to get those seamless launches, because if you can draw those up, that puts you in a good position to set up for that last score.
Mike, of course,
using the
not knowing the top of R&D.
No, of course not. But you can make some inferences from no trashes, and no steals. But in any case,
Seamless Mercia makes a lot of sense.
Yep, makes perfect sense. So, yeah, I think it might have been right, is that they're setting up to try and score this luminal, and then score a 5-3 as soon as possible.
Yeah, it gives you to draw the luminal now. You don't need it this turn, but it gives you that extra chance to draw it for the next turn.
Exactly. So let's see what Mike decides to do with his luminal turn. Presuming he's scoring. I'm assuming
we're not immediately scoring it.
Because technically you can put a card that isn't the card you found with DRM in the remote. That would be a very bold and out there play, and I don't think Mike's done that, but it is technically possible.
I don't know. I would be scoring that luminal if that were on the table.
I would be scoring the luminal as well. I think he's doing the maths about what he's going to do with the luminal. Scores the luminal. A shock to no one.
Yeah, perhaps I should think before I score the luminal and not after. Install.
Mm-hmm.
2 clicks remaining.
I think he's thinking, how much do I need to fortify this remote?
This very much looks like a winning agenda push here.
Okay.
Ice Archives.
Interesting.
1 click remaining. Was it a credit?
Yeah, just taking a credit. So we know probably doesn't have 2 seamless in hand, because he used both seamless to score the send a message in the first place and only cycled 1 back. And we saw the third one off the R&D dig, so we know he hasn't got double seamless into win. So this might not be an agenda.
Sure feels risky to bet on that as the runner, though.
Indeed.
It's possible that you don't run an unadvanced card here, but...
Okay, we're going for an R&D dig again. Makes sense, we're seeing fresh cards.
We do appreciate a shuffle when we're on twinning.
So we see it's Hagen, I believe.
So that's going to be 3 to boost, 2 to break all the subs, so that'll be 5.
Yep.
If I continue, I will...
Hagen's good. Of course, the runner's on Hush. That does not help you get through a Hagen with your dolls.
Okay.
Seamless off the top.
And a drafter.
And
a send a message. It's 6 to 5. Oh. So next agenda action of any type.
Yes, both players on game point. That's a second MIC. So it currently costs the runner. You have to break the mix twice, and then you have to come back and break a mix once, and that's 3 clicks down. You have to spend your 4th click breaking it in LEO. If that's a buy right on the outside, it means there is completely locked down on that server, if my math is right.
Yes, yeah. I think that sounds about right. You see,
we found it. Yeah, that was the push. Oh, that was a quick game. Really well played to both players. Very clean. A lot of respect for the host there. Very tough place to get those accesses, finding those 6 points, but just not quite getting there.
Yeah, textbook. Like a very, very clinical game. Both players playing exceedingly well, getting those early value, getting that huge stockpile of cash, and they would, and I
believe, unfortunately, we are saying goodbye to Ice Cream College here, but congratulations to Mike, who will continue to represent Scotland for the rest of the cut.
Yes. I mean, I'm not backing anyone. I'm remaining unbiased in this one, but it would be serendipitous to say the least if the home team took it. Just gonna say that.
It's hard not to root for the home team.
Yeah, you've got to go a little bit, but I am committing to remaining unbiased. I am supporting all players, and I hope they are all having a wonderful time at this tournament, because I know I certainly am.
Well, there's about 20 minutes left in the round, so I believe we'll be back in about 25 minutes. for the next round top cut, round 4.
Looking forward to it.
Continuing to winnow down these players, continuing to get closer and closer to knowing who our world champion is here in Edinburgh. Thank you all for tuning in. We will be back very soon.
See you soon.